Take it easy, sir. Out of control. When I feel like I don't have answers and I don't know what's going on, then I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Hello, goat lovers. Crystal here with Blue Cactus Goats and Soaps. And these goats are driving me nuts. All right, so naturally they're all a little bit calm right now because the camera's out. But they have all been being a little friggin' crazy and loud. Ain't that right? Yes. Except for this pen, because Leggy, of course, keeps all his ladies in check. That's right, he does that. And it looks like Hank finally laid down. However, that being said, he will not get off of this fence unless he's coming over briefly to tell one of the girls just to stay back and checking on them. Okay, so currently I am in Hank's pen. And I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a background of what's been going on. So a few days ago, I decided that everything looks really, really calm around here. The goats are starting to act like everybody took. All the does are bred, the bucks are calming. Now, typically, I won't write down any due dates until every doe has had at least 2 heat cycles, or enough time to have 2 heat cycles, which we are at this point about a week and a half away from. But whatever, I did decide I think they're all bred. So I had just given Patreon all of the due dates, letting them know I felt confident about these dates. But the last couple of days, these goats are all going nuts again, as if it was the first day of breeding. So now I'm like, well, great, what is going on? So every couple of hours I'm coming out just to see what doe is getting hollered at by the bucks. And would you know, I can't figure it out. There's no doe in particularly that is flagging and acting like she's in heat, but the bucks are telling me that there are pheromones in the air that is driving them nuts, and they believe somebody must be in heat. Like this dude right here. He won't leave the fence, and neither will Jacko. He's just a mad guy. So here's our scenarios. There could be a couple different things going on. Mayo attacking the camera is one. Mayo. Lily. Well, you little stinker, we're not doing that. Thanks. Okay, let's try this again. Right now, Blue Cactus Soap is offering 20% off all orders over $60 through November 9th. And with almost 6,000 5-star reviews and award-winning soaps, it's easy to see that people love our products. But you don't have to take my word for it. Head on over to our Etsy shop and see what all the rave is about. The link to our Etsy shop is in the description below. Anyway, a standard goat, which is just like the La Manchas, the Nubians, the Saanens, the really large goats. Now, they will go into heat seasonally. So it can start right around August and end in December, but the heavy cycles are October through December. Oof, oof. I love you too. Anyway, I don't have standard goats, I have Nigerians, and they go into heat year-round, and it's going to be every 19 to 21 days. However, their heat cycles are super strong at the same time that the standard goats go into heat. The days are getting shorter, they know it's fall, and that's when their bodies will really heavily go into heat. So just keeping that in mind, these does, as I said, everybody has had an opportunity to go into heat or have 1 heat cycle at least. And we are literally approaching, in about a week and a half, all does have had the opportunity to go into heat at least twice, which is why I pen breed for 2 months. If the doe doesn't take on the first heat cycle, then I want there to be the opportunity for her to take on the second. And of course, if your does are healthy and everything is good, then you shouldn't have any problems with them taking on the first time, but it does happen. So in Hank's pen specifically, he has been just keeping my mind going crazy, because it's like, okay, well, he was crazy with Daisy, and it was like, maybe I I just got rammed, guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, he was crazy about Daisy for like the first 3 weeks of breeding, maybe 2.5-ish, but nonetheless, he was obsessed with Daisy. And it was clear that she was his favorite. But there were a couple times where I'm like, what the heck? She's wagging again for him, or she's standing there for him, rather. But now his favorite is Cammy. So I don't even know. Now he just follows Cammy around. He breeds her daily. She's not necessarily interested, but she is interested on staying alongside the fence to drive Hank crazy. And I know she likes Jacko, but give it a rest, girl. So either way, I don't think Cammy has been in heat for the last 2.5 weeks that he's been favoring her, because that would be an extremely long estrus cycle. Holy moly, right? And here's Cammy. So he's gonna notice me and he's gonna be mad. He's gonna be mad I'm saying hi to my pretty girl, huh? But she is just super annoyed with Hank. Now, there is such a thing where a doe can literally not like the buck that she is with. It's not too common, but it is a thing. So she might just be like, look, dude, you're not doing it for me. Nope, I'm not interested. That being said, if they're in a small enough pen, he's gonna make it happen and he's gonna cover her anyway. But still. So she is acting like she no longer likes Hank when she was very interested in him, but I think he's just super persistent, and right now she's not in heat, but he just still really likes her. And all of that too, good thing to keep in mind is that Hank is the equivalent of about an 18-year-old teenage boy. So he's figuring all of this out. He's getting pretty possessive over his ladies, and some of them in particular. So I don't know. Cammy is currently his new favorite that, again, he's been breeding daily for the past couple of weeks, and I don't even know. I don't even know what to do about that. So I'm not gonna know when her due date is per se. But I'm still just gonna go off of the first date that she showed me that she was in heat and was flagging and standing, because other than that, she hasn't been. I think she does appreciate me being in her with her though, huh? Keeping old Hank away from her for a second. What are we doing, Cassie? Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Oh, girls, I love you both. Oh, hi, girl. Hi. You're still one of my favorites. Don't feel bad about Hank. He just likes Cammy. She's easy to love. Here he is again. Hank. Oh, crazy boy. That's a lot of urine. You've worked so hard on that. So last night they were getting really loud, and so of course it's breeding time. They're penned up. Anytime it happens, I come out to see what the ruckus is about and which doe is in heat. So again, I came outside last night and this is what I saw. Hey, girl. What is it, girls? Huh. What's your deal, Hanker? Is it one of you girls? They don't want kisses, silly boy. Are you girls being smelly? Oh, a little whack in the face with the tail. All right, Gusser. Now he's over here. Is it you, Cammy? It's time for you to calm down, sir. Goodness. I can't tell what's going on, but potentially one of these girls is in heat. Even though Jacko is not acting like his girls are. But Hank is being weird. Maybe he wants to make sure nobody's coming over by Cammy. I don't know. Or maybe it's the full moon. Right? So to me, I'm thinking, for one, Peachy's being really loud. So I'm like, maybe Peachy's in heat. However, as you saw, Jacko wasn't really interested in his three ladies. So that would be a good indication that Peachy's not in heat, or none of his ladies for that matter. And also, Jacko was up along the fence to Manny's does. I don't know, right? So I'm just thinking some doe is letting off pheromones and driving these boys crazy. And maybe not only I can't figure out which doe it is, but maybe the bucks can't either, right? These two boys are just literally driving me nuts, you guys. And I'm wondering how much of it is he just wants to be a pest. Like literally, he's having the time of his life, acting, you know, all tough and stuff, and pestering. And I think Hank knows that. So it's not anything crazy to expect him to not want Jacko on his fence, obviously. He wants his ladies to be far away from another buck. And gosh, you're cute. So there is another possibility, and potentially these does are short cycling. Now that would be crazy. It's getting loud. He's a crazy boy. He doesn't like that my does love me. He doesn't. So anyway, short cycling, it's when their heat cycles are happening again before they should. Now this is something that can be common right as breeding kicks off, or the breeding season. Even in Nigerians, if Hank was getting the attention that these girls are giving me right now, I bet you he'd calm down. Just saying. I'm just saying. Another possibility for them to short cycle would be if they are malnourished or underweight, and that is definitely not a problem in my herd. They get the good of everything. Yeah, and they are certainly not underweight. So anyway, I just don't know. So short cycling seems a little crazy, to be honest, since it's with my older does. It's not very typical in the older does, but more so in the younger does. So it can't be that. The only thing I'm really certain of is it's driving me crazy because I am kind of a freak about due dates. I want to know the due dates, and Hank is not allowing me to know the due dates of some of these girls. So Daisy has like 3 due dates as of now. Cammy, I mean, we could just say every single day is her due date. And then of course Jacko acting the way he was acting, like potentially one of his does was in heat, with Peachy hollering like she was in heat. And then this happened. Like, are you kidding me? Is it Maggie this whole time? Is that why Jacko was sniffing into Manny's pen? Because Maggie is letting off the pheromones driving the bucks crazy? Maggie? She's driving me crazy too. I don't know when she was bred. I missed it. So I just chalked it up as that first week of breeding. Somewhere in there is Maggie's due date. And she has had, again, all of them have ample time to show me a heat cycle and go into heat to where it would be obvious for me that she was bred and that she was receptive to the buck, and there we go, right? So I didn't see any of that go down. I just know that I haven't seen a heat cycle from her, period at all. So Manny was really interested in her, and that was just a couple hours ago. What is going on? What the heck is happening? I don't know if these bucks are getting excited and they're just extra excitable this year because they're young, you know? And the girls are just like, whatever. So there's not pheromones going all over, driving them nuts. They just are nuts. That's a thing. Or these does are going back into heat, or I'm like, these does could be short cycling. What is happening? It's getting frustrating. I will say, in all of my years of breeding, this has not happened like this before. No, everybody just gets bred, and it's a good thing, and I just have my dates on my calendar, and there might be one doe that I'm like, I have a couple dates for, but this is just madness. It was so nice and quiet and calm. And I thought breeding was done. I thought so. And now I just don't know what to think. So when I feel like I don't have answers and I don't know what's going on, then I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And here he is again. Like Cammy lays down and he just doesn't want her laying down. So he bugs her like crazy. You're just being a pest. And he doesn't want her to lay down. He doesn't want her to do anything but stand in the corner. This corner in particular. Not this corner, because that is unacceptable. And he doesn't want her laying right here either. Yeah, you're starting to bug me too. No. You need to just relax. Take it easy, sir. Out of control. So, anyway. What the crap? Let's go look at the other does and just see. I want to peep Maggie. Now, I did look for remnants of muck butt on Maggie and nothing. I don't see, it doesn't look like she had been officially bred. But, I don't know. What, girls? But do you see Jacko? What a little punk, huh? And I think maybe, even if he isn't smelling something, because Hank is obsessing over Cammy, maybe he's just, because of the reaction out of Hank, maybe he's just thinking, well, something's going on. I want to be part of it. Do you think so, girls? Because he's leaving you ladies alone. He is. Even though you were running your mouth like crazy. You're loud. Peach is real loud. But anyway, he's not interested in these three. And then we come up in here and we see cute little Maggie just laying there, la-di-da. And Manny over here, if you see him, he's in the A-frame peeking out at me, wanting to make sure I'm not doing anything crazy, like saying hello. Okay, here's Manny. There he is. And then there's Maggie. So even though in that clip I showed you guys, he was kind of all over her. I mean, like right now, that he would still be glued to her if she was in fact in heat. So, I don't know. But you're doing good, Maggie? I don't think you're in heat. No way, Jose. He wouldn't be that calm. No, he wouldn't. Hi, Hugger. Oh my gosh, how cute. It's a pile of little babies. You're not little babies anymore. Ugh, I love those three. All right, Mia, come and say hello. Hurry before he gets down. Hello. Mia always loves to say hi. She's a good girl. She's precious. And then there's Hank over there still just losing his ish. I can't pinpoint a doe that is actually in heat or showing me signs that she's in an open estrus, but I don't know. It's driving me nuts. I think I've made that very clear in this video, but it is driving me nuts. In other news, I just needed to fill you guys in about Ivory and the Baby of the Year competition. She is currently in 7th place, and for her to make it into the semifinals, which is the next round, she would need to be in 1st place. So there's only a few more hours of voting left today, and by the time you guys get this video, it's probably going to be kaput and done with. But that being said, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody who took the time to vote. You guys are amazing. She made it to the top 1%, and again, that was because of you guys, because you guys continually voted for Sweet Ivory, and she made it pretty far, and we feel pretty good about that. I just don't think she's going to make it to the semifinals, but that's okay. So it was fun. It was fun while we did it, and it was really awesome to see her in 1st place for so long, and move forward to at least the quarterfinals. So again, thank you so much, all of you who did take the time to vote for her, and even if you just voted for her once, again, thank you for that. And other than that, you guys, we will see you all again soon. Bye, guys.